Hello, hello, it's Liz here with Stampin' on the Rock. Today I'm going to be sharing with you one of the Sale-a-Bration options. It is in the Sale-a-Bration brochure, or if you go to stampinontherock.com, you can find the Sale-a-Bration options there. Okay, and this one is on page 14 of the Sale-a-Bration brochure, and it includes a stamp set and an embossing folder, and it's called Softly Sophisticated Bundle. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you. My papers that I'll be using, I have white, which is 3 3/4 by 5. This one is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. The black piece here is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And this is Azure Afternoon. Yes, and this is a piece of 8 1/2 by 11 cardstock, just cut in half and scored in half and then folded. So that's my card base. Okay, so if Azure Afternoon is a new one to you, that's a great color, so check that out. All right, and then black and then the white piece. Okay, I'm going to set these two aside for the moment, and we're going to work with this white piece here. So I'm going to be using lots of ink colors today. I have, let's see, I have Poppy Parade. I have Pumpkin Pie. I'm going to use these Stampin' Blends. We're going to make a rainbow effect rainbow effect here. I have Daffodil Delight. I have Granny Apple Green. And then the Azure Afternoon. Okay, so those are the colors I'll be using. Let's move those out slightly. I will also be using a Memento ink pad. And I think that's it. Okay, so let's get started with this, with our technique. I'm going to be doing a rainbow effect, all right? So let's start with, we're going to start with Azure Afternoon. Let's open this up and get this out of the way. And I'm going to get some color here. All right, if you haven't used these blending brushes, these are fantastic. All right, so I have my white piece of paper. I'm starting off the paper. I want to make sure I start off the paper. Don't start on. You're going to get some funky looking color. So I want to start off the paper here and then start brushing off, back and forth, but going off the paper the whole time. Okay, start out, and I'm brushing kind of hard here. But I might want to come back and do it a little bit darker later, but you can always go darker later, so I'm just going to let it go like that at the moment. I'll leave that ink pad open, and let's move on to the Granny Apple Green. All right, get some Granny Apple Green here, and again, I'm going to start off the paper. I guess I didn't give you one tip here that I want to give you. When you're first starting, I'm using 5 colors. So my middle color is the Daffodil Delight. So I'm kind of dividing my paper up just mentally into 5 sections, and I want to make sure my Daffodil Delight is going to be in the center. And it doesn't have to be exact, but just kind of, and I'm going this way rather than if I go this way, I'm getting really wide, and I want to get it a little more narrow. But always starting off the paper. Okay, and then I'm going to move on to the Daffodil Delight because we're kind of in the middle here. Oops. Snap that into place. Let's get some yellow. And these blending brushes, if you haven't used them before, you can just wash these off in the sink with warm water until all the color disappears and let them dry, and then you can just use them again in other colors. But it is helpful to have a few of them on hand rather than one, because you know, like right now I'm trying to use five different colors, so it is helpful to have at least those 5 brushes. All right, back and forth, back and forth. And you kind of want to start, like, I don't want to have a line there. Do you see I have a little bit of a line, but we'll take care of that. All right, so that's brushing, and I'm kind of brushing a little bit hard here. All right, we're going to move on to Pumpkin Pie. And again, I'm going to start off the paper. off, and just keep back and forth, going off the paper. All right, and I'm going to move on to Poppy Parade. Now the Poppy Parade is a little bit of a darker color, so you really want to make sure that you get rid of some of it on your paper, on your scratch paper. And that one maybe you don't have to brush quite as hard. Okay, but I do want it to be a little bit darker, so I'm going to add a little bit more here. Again, always start off the paper and end off the paper. Don't end right on the paper. But you can put your thumb right on here too to get a little stronger if you want a little darker color. All right, okay, so that's my basic look, but I don't see it. Do you see how there's like lines right here? You don't want to have those lines. So I'm going to go back with my pumpkin pie. And I'm going to go back over that same section, but I'm also going to overlap that Poppy Parade. Okay, so let's go in that same section to make that darker, and I'm going to overlap the space between the pumpkin pie and the Poppy Parade. So really strong in the pumpkin pie area, and then a little bit lighter going into the Poppy Parade, but enough to get rid of the line that's in between. Okay, so those two are good. Let's go to the yellow. So same idea with the yellow. I'm going to go strong where my yellow is, but I'm going to go into the pumpkin pie. Okay, a little bit lighter, but I'm moving into the pumpkin pie to get rid of the white line in between. So it'll overlap a little bit. Okay, and let's do the same with the green. We're going to do the Granny Apple green. Picking up some more color, and I'm going to go back over that Granny Apple, and I'm going to blend into the yellow also. Okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go lightly into the yellow to give it more of a blended look rather than stripes of color. Okay, and let's go back to the Azure Afternoon. Back over that section, and then right into the green. Not over the whole section of green, but just so that you eliminate the line that's showing between. Okay, so let's push all that out of the way, those ink colors. Let's go get those out of here. I'm done with all of these. So let's make it a little easier for you to see. All right, so there we go. That's the background. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my Memento ink. This is the stamp set, the Softly Sophisticated. Okay, and I'm using this one here. I'm going to use these flowers that go with that, and then one of these words here. Okay, so we'll set that aside. We're using Memento ink. Stamp your words first. For what I'm going to do, I'm going to stamp my words first so that I know where I want to put the flowers around it. Because if I put a bunch of flowers and all of a sudden I'm like, I don't have a spot for my words. So I'm going to stamp my words first and then work around that. So I'm stamping. I really appreciate you. And I do appreciate all of you. I don't take it lightly. Those of you who are taking the time to watch this video, I do appreciate you being here. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So this card, think of it as for you. Okay. And perhaps I'll make a bunch of these cards up, and these will be my customer thank you cards for those who place orders through my website. Because again, I know you have choices of where to shop, and I thank you so much for shopping right here. All right, so I really appreciate you. Just kind of closing up some of these ink pads here because we don't want them to dry out. So give me 1 second. It's kind of bugging me just having them left open. So, all right, let's go on to, those are my words now. And let's stamp our stems. I'm going to do, let's see, I'll do one right here. Let's do this one here. And we'll do another one up the side. Okay, so there's all of our stems. All right, see that in there? There you go. And then this one has flowers that match in there. I'm doing it all in black just as a silhouette. But this way, the nice thing is about having these in two separate stamps is that if you want to stamp your stems in a green color and then stamp your flowers in whatever other color you want to stamp them in, that way you can do two different colors because you have two different stamps. Okay. But I'm doing this one all in black. So, and you can, it's photopolymer, so I can see through that. Takes just a minute to figure out where you're stamping everything. There we go. Okay. Let me get this one lined up. Just be patient with yourself. Take time. It's supposed to be relaxing. Not in a hurry, not stressed. So just take your time. Getting those right where I want them to be. I don't think that's right. There we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right, we got it. Okay. So let's close up the Memento ink. All right, and that will dry very quickly. So I'm going to take that and flip it over. And I'm using the liquid glue, but you can use whatever glue works for you. This is the liquid, the mono liquid glue, Tombow mono liquid glue. That's a lot of words to say. So, all right, let's take that, and I'm going to attach that onto the black cardstock. And the nice thing is with the liquid glue, you see it's got a little give. You can move it around a little bit till it's where you want it to be. And then I'm going to flip that over on the back and press that into where, just press it so it's a good seal, so it's not falling apart on you. So let's press that. That's good. All right. Now, I could just leave it like that, but we're not going to. I'm going to pull in. This is really big here. I have the cut and emboss machine here. So I'm going to be using the 3D embossing folder. This is the Softly Sophisticated that comes with that stamp set. So the Softly Sophisticated 3D die. Or sorry, embossing folder, not a die. And on this cut and emboss machine, it says right here, it tells you exactly. It says using with 3D embossing folders, this is the sandwich that you use. So you're using plate 1, which is what this is. And then you're going to put your embossing folder and your paper inside so that it's like this. Okay. And then it says, then you're going to use plate 4 on the top. And on this plate, it says plate 4. Now, all these plates come with the cut and emboss machine when you purchase it. So you don't have to get anything separately. You purchase the cut and emboss machine, and all these different 1, 2, 3, 4 plates also come with it. Okay, so everything's included. All right, so you look at the look now. You can leave it just like this and see how it's nice and smooth. But I'm going to run this through the embossing folder. So I lay this down in here, close that up, and excuse me for 1 minute while I crank this through. Oops, shaking my camera a little bit. All right. And we'll take this off of here. And we don't need that. All right, we're going to open this up. And you want to see the magic? Here we go. Da-da-da. Okay, look at this. Take this out. Can you see that design that's in that? It's like a quilted pattern to it. Okay, I'm going to take that. And we're going to stick some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back here. You can put one on each corner. Pop one in the middle, and we'll take these backings off of here. Again, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it, and feel free to comment below with anything you have to say about, well, nicely, nicely that you have to say about the project. If you have any questions, I do check into those, and if you post something, a question, I do try to get back to you. All right, I'm gonna lay that down. There we go, and this is our card for today. And there you have it. And just a reminder that these products are from the Sale-a-Bration brochure. This is with a $100 purchase, and it can be anything in the catalog, anything you see on my website, as long as it reaches $100 before tax and shipping. Then you can choose this stamp set and this embossing folder together as your free gift. Okay? Or there are some other options too, but this is just one of the options with the $100 purchase. So I hope you enjoyed that video. And if you have any questions, I'm here. That's it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.